Greetings, gods and goddesses in training. Welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara, all relations. Let's get started today with today's video. I've been pondering a lot on this new paradigm of wealth, and it's coming through very effortlessly, and I think that's what it's meant to really do. This is my own perspective, so read the disclaimer. However, this is very, very key in terms of understanding how to manifest money, how to manifest abundance and wealth. What I was telling one of our adepts a few days ago after the podcast is that the most money that I've ever made in my life is when I've been closest to God, closest to the divine. The biggest paychecks that I've ever received are times where I've doubled down on my spiritual path more than ever. And I think I'm starting to understand why. Because people use the term love and light when they really mean God. People use the term abundance when they really mean God. People associate their security to wealth. And then if that wealth feels icky, and you go based on these understandings that it's very difficult for a rich man to get to heaven. But it's really in the grasping mind. This is my interpretation. A rich man is in that more mentality. Rather than what? Ever flowing. Circulating that life force energy forever and understanding money is breath. Because breath is energy and so is money. Because asking or wanting or wishing or praying or hoping for money means you're seeking for that approval, means you don't have the control. The idea of fake it till you make it is the same as retrocausality in quantum mechanics. So you say you make money, but you don't make energy. Energy transforms. You got to use what already is. It's not about the resources. It's about the resourcefulness. Can you maintain a resourceful, abundant state? I mean, look at the word itself, right? Resource. It's taking you back to source again. So all your resources are a reminder of the one source. So to have resources, we start to also gain in, social value and social adaptation and things like this. But come to understand, what if you knew that all your resources were resources, ways for you to get back into oneness again? All your habits, all your quirks, everything is for you to experience that oneness again. If you associate money with security and you don't have money, you'll feel insecure. If you associate money with God, that's eternal, ever-flowing, hey, that's what's going to come around. Your state of being is way more important than your thoughts, than your emotions, and all these other things, okay? It's the state of being. So think about your breath. Always available, 24/7, anytime you want it, right? An endless amount. Plenty. That's the energy of abundance, right? Plenty. I got it. It's already mine. So I'm going to remind you not to be held hostage by your own insecurities. A lot of people, they keep staying in this loop or paradigm of their own insecurities, especially around being broke, staying broke, comparing themselves to other people who have money, creating more of a limit. Now your mind is creating that limit, not your spirit. Lack creates a blabbering mouthpiece. If somebody doesn't have something, they talk about it more. Have you noticed this? So lack requires a mouthpiece. Abundance just emanates silence and knowingness and completion. There's nothing to get because I am valuable. And that's why I have people reaching out to me and I'm not cold DMing people, blah, 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 blah. Now, other people can do that for me. I can hire a team. But think about it. Those people who are reaching out are working for me. Think about that paradigm, right? If you don't have money, you speak about, oh man, I'm so broke. Money problem issues. You speak about it. You speak about it because that's what you lack. The same as what your love language is, that's what you lacked. Okay? That's also your toxic trait of what you do. So for instance, mine is words of affirmation. So my toxic trait would actually be putting up a wall and just not talking, just going into my own inner world, right? And a lot of men do this. They isolate themselves instead of actually expressing what's going on. Now, it's taken me a lot of emotional maturity to actually get to this point. I wasn't always like this. Earlier on, I would have probably got sucked into the spiritual New Age community. If you are not having sex, you're thinking about it all the time. If you are not having a job, you're constantly looking for work. This is the paradigm shift. I'm going to shift it out of you. You're going to start to understand again that money to me does not mean my security. It is God. It is something eternal, and it's something that stays, and it's something that circulates just like the 4 seasons. So money will rise and drop just like the economy does. And I have to match that frequency. And when the economy is up, I got to hold that state of being. Because then I can pivot, I could shift. Okay? Now, I don't mean be a spiritual trend hopper. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying maintain your own rhythm. So when did spirituality become about looking Zen, feeling Zen, rather than actually embodying evolution? So a lot of people, they associate spirituality with stagnation rather than evolution. So there's one spiritual community that just loves the buzzwords, right? They'll scroll TikTok, they'll see the word moon ritual, it'll spike their amygdala, they'll start doing things, right? They're very reactive. So the true practitioners are dismantling their inner resistance. They're trying the various ways to embrace their authenticity. And they've been doing this for a while now. They've understood who they are because they understand manifestation of us, who I am. It's not about what I want. So the market will exploit stagnation. You find, easy to digest fragments. For instance, a lot of spiritual practitioners will just tell you to loop affirmations. But if you haven't done the inner cleanup work, before you've done those affirmations, you're building on top of another building, my friends. Is healing just another product that you consume? Or is it a process that you engage with? Huge paradigm shift. It's huge. So you can be like, everything is love and light, and still be completely distanced from God, right? You could be like, I'm a non-dual awareness teacher. And they'll keep you in that cycle of a non-dualism, right? Not even understanding that the signpost is moved now. For a lot of people who teach spirituality, they can only teach the non-dual because they have not experienced the transcendent. A real spiritualist carves the path based on what resonates, not what's already out there. I posted this the other day. It's the fact that stop chasing validation. The only verification you need is creations. I reworded that. However, the whole idea of this statement is to understand that God has already authenticated you. You already exist here. So why are you still looking for value, looking for self-worth, looking for if you're good enough? If you need proof, it's right here. It's through your breath, being alive, watching this video. So I'm not just a performer in the spotlight. I'm a warrior of the internal world. Okay? You can put a camera on me, you can put a spotlight on me and put me on a stage, but you'll never really get the internal palaces that I've been to, or the journeys that I've been on in my internal world, okay? I don't think anybody does, right? We all look at certain people and we're like, that guy's kind of strange, but then you spend time with them, actually talking to them, and you realize, whoa, this guy's cool, man, right? And so your opinions can change. So don't just be opinionated, be resonated. Stop seeking all sorts of shortcuts and understand that real evolution does not need an audience, because it's showtime all the time. You're always being watched by God. You're always being watched by the divine. And that's the thing. That's the energy that keeps you moving forward and understanding that I'm going to put on the best show ever. I'm going to give them the best movie ever. I'm going to be the greatest story ever told. Full stop. The greatest story ever told. Isn't this really just Pokemon? I want to be the very best that no one ever was. All right, let me go through these lyrics of Pokemon and let's start to understand how this relates to Primal Sutra, because we work with different spirit guides and so forth. So think of the guides almost like Pokemon, okay? Let's go. I want to be the very best like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide, teach Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. It's you and me, I know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. A heart so true, our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon. Every challenge along the way, with courage I will face. I will battle every day to claim my rightful place. Come with me, the time is right. There's no better team. Arm in arm, we'll win the fight. It's always been our dream. And then it goes into the chorus and so forth. So, isn't that such a resonant piece of artwork? That when I say these lyrics, now you're starting to, you're interpreting the datums differently now, right? Do you hear those dogs outside, by the way? They're just barking away. That's India for you. That's my doggo. That's my doggo. So anyway, I hope this video gave you a new paradigm shift, man, because that's really what I was understanding, is that a lot of people are just coming from lack, right? And they're speaking about how much in lack they are and creating these echo chambers for themselves. Like, hey, take some responsibility, yo. Like, start to understand that you are creating all this stuff. You're creating it. So stop asking the universe for your manifestations. Instead, claim it. Redeem the points. You got it already. If you can rest in the I am presence, that indirect fractal of God, that pure presence of unconditional love, and set up a tent there, set up shop there, make that your throne, and return home. They might call you crazy, they may call you a genius. Doesn't matter. You keep doing your thing. Okay? Keep doing your thing. So pave the way forward. Become a new advocate for this new Earth's wealth. Understand that this now is a time to cause these ripples. To really understand that you are here to cause a momentum shift, a ripple effect. You have some special ability, some special talent that you still haven't shared, that nobody knows about. You've kept it a secret, and that is the key to your wealth. That is actually the key to your wealth, because that's your hidden golden shadow. That is the fear of your own success. You have to face that. And once you understand that, the abundance starts to flow. It starts to flow, I'm telling you, because you're already feeling the way that you would have felt if you got $1 million in your bank right now. Like if I told you there's $1 million in your bank account right now, how would that change your beingness? It would change your state of being, right? You'd walk a little bit more upright, maybe. You change your mannerism, you change your gestures. So why not bask in the understanding and the afterglow of the faith in this unseen realms are already there, that the money is already in your account, that I don't have to worry about this thing. I'm going to let it flow, let it unfold, because there's always money lost, money gained, okay? That's the flux of the world. I'm not going to get attached to that, okay? When I look at my bank balance, it's just a bunch of numbers. It's what I do with those numbers that activates my own inner wisdom, okay? How I use it. Do I use it for state enhancement or state destruction? Let's get it. Upward spiral, gang. May we never be the same again. Hope this helps you out today. Hey, new paradigm of wealth. Let's get it, baby. 2025. This is going to be a year of acceleration. I can already tell. Let's go.